Yes, boss. Yesterday, I have developed a Spring Boot application by applying what? Strategy design pattern. But that application, we have to achieve loose coupling now, my dear. We already achieved loose coupling in Spring level by using XML driven configuration plus property file alias and other stuff, right? Later, we have solved the ambiguity problem by using factory bean concept also. Today, what I do is very quickly, without wasting much time. Let's use same two techniques in Spring Boot level to make that application as a loosely coupled application, that too not having ambiguity problem. With that, our basic concept of Spring Boot will be ready so that we get the feeling, okay, in Spring Boot also we can develop the applications like Spring. Then we start worrying about what? The main feature of Spring Boot, that is auto configuration. That's the actual feature of Spring Boot now, boss. So we have to worry about that auto configuration a lot, right? Super. Okay. Yeah. Let's make our application as 100% loose coupled application by solving ambiguity problem. 718. Meanwhile, let me keep our document also ready, guys. File open. Here is what? Spring Boot, Spring. Retry. Class content. Here is my Spring, guys. Seven 719 718. Where is this? Spring Boot core, my dear. Spring Boot core. What is there? Session 7? Session 5. Session 6. With the okay. Making second application as what? More loosely coupled application. To change engine type of vehicle class, we need to modify source code kept in qualifier annotation. This is nothing but tight coupling or not. To make this code as the loosely coupled code, we need to gather bean ID for dependent Spring Bean. Bean ID required for the dependent Spring Bean from what? Application dot property. Required for target Spring Bean na boss. Bean ID required for target Spring Bean. I'll make it. What is this? Target Spring. We need to gather bean ID. Okay, what is there? We need to gather dependent bean ID required for the target Spring Bean from what file, guys? Application dot. The bean ID required for qualifier annotation we have to gather or not? Fine. But one advantage is there, guys. This can be done in how many ways, guys? Two ways. One is by using factory bean. Actually, three ways, but still I have not discussed about what third way. So first, let me write them one by one. Already written two times. Okay. To make any strategy DP application as the loosely coupled application. What application? Loosely coupled application. Tell me, guys. Loosely coupled application. We can use the following three approaches in Spring Boot applications. Number one, what is this? Yeah, what is that? Qualifier plus. What is there? Alias tag plus. Alias tag plus. Properties file. What is that? Properties file plus Spring Bean configuration file. XML. What is next one? B. What is next one here? Using factory bean support. I would like to use what? Factory beans. Next, using profiles. What's the best option, guys? But did I introduce profiles so far? No. Time is there to introduce profiles. At right time, I will introduce the right topic. Comfortable or not there? Yeah. Okay. One more important, guys. Whenever I create Spring Boot project, I'm getting application.property file as a default file. Do I need to configure it separately, guys? Any entries in the file will be recognized automatically or not? That's a good news or not? It's a part of ecosystem. The Spring application.run method itself will take care of everything or not? When container is created, recognize now property file also will be taken care automatically or not? As part of startup process only, it will be recognized automatically or not? Application.property file is part of what? Spring applications ecosystem. That means that the file will be recognized by Spring application automatically during its what? Bootstrap process. So there is no need of configuring that file separately using @property source annotation. It's a part of ecosystem. That means, do I need to go for @property source annotation? Do I need to use sorry, not that XML tag is there. Context colon property source tag or a property placeholder, some tag is there, na? Do I need to use that one or not there? There's no need of using it. So shall we start enjoying that automatic recognition of that file, guys? Super, one by one. I think hardly 1 week back we completed this requirement. And same thing I want to do in what? Spring Boot level also. Are you ready? Copy this, paste it. Where is this? 20. Strategy DP, solving ambiguity problem. I have used factory Bina. No, right. 1 minute. Cancel it. This one is the one I have to take. Copy this, paste it, guys. Boot IOC pros 03. Strategy DP. Loose coupling. Loose coupling with aliasing. Loose coupling with aliasing. That's the main concept there, na boss. Bean aliasing is the main concept that we have to focus. That's good, great. Boot IOC Pros 3 StatsDB loose coupling with what? Aliasing. Okay. Close all editors, my dear. Yes, that's good. Fantastic. com.nt StatsDB application. So first of all, I need to take one package having XML file or not there. Super. But before that, let me open application.property. By default, one entry will be there. What will be there? Yes, guys. Tell me. Dependent bean ID, nothing but engine ID. Dependent bean ID, nothing but what? Engine ID. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Give me 1 minute, my dear. Super, guys. Dependent bean ID, what is there? Engine ID. Engine dot ID. What dot ID, guys? Engine dot ID. Engine.id, DTDC. I think we are not working with DT. P engine. ENGG, na? Shura? Shura, my dear. Yeah, that is there. We have taken that. Okay. Now I have to add one XML file and better to take a separate package for it, guys. Yeah, where is the package, guys? com.nt.cfs. com.nt.cfs. There, where is that? XML file. Where is that, guys? Application context.x. What dot XML? Application context. Say next, save finish. So here we are taking application context.xml file or not there. That's good, great. This is application context.xml file, guys. So we have to deal with the ChatGPT or not there. So because we have to get schema statement, namespace import statement, guys. Okay. Sample Spring Bean configuration file having context, having beans, comma, context namespace. We got it, beans.xsd, context.xsd, guys. Whatever we got it. Copy this, boss. Say paste. Yeah, red marks will be there, don't worry. Okay. Property file is recognized automatically. Do I need to configure it separately? No. That's good, nice, good news, guys. So I am directly going for aliasing. Name, should I fix it or do I go for a hard coding? Should I hard code it or should I collect from property file? Definitely I should collect from what? Property. Dollar, tell me. Dollar, open floor bracket, closing floor bracket. Come on. Okay, engine.id. Am I right? Engine.id. Okay, but I want to give fixed alias name for that or not. What is there, guys? Alias. Alias is equal to, okay, some name. Okay, engine is engine. Another word is what, guys? For engine. Motor, I think motor is different, engine is different, right? Engine ही है ना? Any other word for engine? Okay, we'll write a small shortcut ENGG. Fine. We'll write a shortcut what? ENGG. That's good. Okay, fine. So we got it. But first of all, you have to link this XML file with the configuration class. But did I take separate configuration class in Spring Boot application? But we have default configuration class now, my dear. What was that? What was that, guys? What was that, guys? @ Spring Boot application annotation. What annotation? @ Spring Boot application annotation. @ import resource. What there? @ import resource. com/nt/application. What there? Application context.xm. I have configured XML file there or not? Okay, boss. Tell me. Bean ID collected from property file. For that one, fixed alias name is there. Bean ID changing time to time, but alias name is fixed or not? If I pass P engine, ENGG becomes what? Alias name for P engine. So indirectly it is representing petrol engine or not? If I pass a D engine, ENGG becomes alias name for what? Diesel engine. So indirectly it is representing diesel engine spring bean or not there? Super. That's why. Okay. Okay. Go to S-beans, guys. Go to vehicle class, my dear. Instead of hard coding this, I can just pass ENGG or not. I can just pass ENGG over here or not. Super. I can definitely pass ENGG, no doubt in that. Comfortable, guys? Okay, now let's see what we can do there. Dependency injection. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. I only taught all these things to you. Don't teach how to cough to old man, right? Fine. I only introduce everything to you. Fine. Java application. File not found exception. Application context. CFCs. Right. Right click, guys. Run as Java. Super. Right now I have taken petrol engine. Petrol engine is working or not working? Super. Okay, where is this, guys? Application dot properties. Application dot property. I am changing to D engine. Happily it is working with diesel engine or not? Happily it is dealing with the diesel engine. Right now diesel engine journey is going on. Next one what? E engine. What is that? Electrical engine. Right click, guys. Tell me here. Run as Java application. Right now what engine going on, guys? Electric engine journey is going on or not, boss? Say something, guys. Electrical engine is stopped. Journey ended at what? Pune. Journey started. So I am able to change one dependent to another dependent without touching the source code, na? When I say source code, feel about .java file. When I say source code, don't think about property file and XML file. Java source code means .java files only. Remaining all are what? Supporting files, guys. And don't think about the supporting files. Always think about what? Source code. Okay, that's good. Great. Okay, this is the one solution. But here XML. Spring Boot is against of XML, but here also we are using what? XML. That's why it could be a best solution. Huh? No. It cannot become best solution. How simple it is, how great it is. Because we are entertaining XML which is fading out, right? That's why this is ruled out. So we have to think about going for next solution using factory bean concept. So can I apply the solution by using factory bean now, boss? I'm taking the same application. Come on. Strategy DP. Stratz DP, here hyphen symbol, loose coupling. Spaces are not allowed, hyphen and underscores are allowed in the project name. Okay, loose coupling with factory bin. Loose coupling with factory bin. Okay, that's good. I think same number is used, guys. Let me use the number 4. Let me use the number 4, guys. Can we use directly at the rate even engine value? Azmat Ali Khan. This this we already tried and we have noticed why they are not working. Okay, Mr. Azmat Ali Khan, you are, I think, 10 thought. We already got this thought. We already applied this thought. We got the reason and we have written the reason in the document also. Mr. Azmat Ali Khan, please be active. If you don't know what is being discussed, how we can go further? And for your reference, I think in today's document also I have given all these things. I think this is what you are dreaming now, my dear qualifier. This, my dear hero, this is what you are dreaming. Why it is not working? At the rate value is independent annotation. It cannot be used in qualifier. No, I will use directly one, this one. Placeholder is allowed only inside the value annotation. I will directly pass P engine, that is hard coding. Why this is not working? Placeholders cannot be used outside at the rate value. This is placeholder, right? What is the problem with this? At the rate value is independent annotation. It cannot be clubbed with what? Qualifier annotation. That's why it is not working, right? And why it is not working? Variables cannot be passed, boss. This is also not working, boss. We are injecting to small property ID. ID is passed in qualifier. Can we pass variables directly? What you are getting thought, this thought we got long back and we ruled out all the possibilities. Mr. Ali Bhai, thoda active raho bhai. Keep your brain in active. Machine, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. So this is solution 1. Now we have to apply solution by using factory bin. Tell me, factory bin is selfish bin or selfless bin? Selfless bin. What bin? What do you mean by selfless? Though it is made as a dependent, it won't give its own object. It always try to give resultant object or not. Though you ask container, give me that factory bin class object. Does it give its own object? It always looks to give resultant object. That resultant object is decided from where? What method? In the get object method we decide it, right, boss? In get object method we are going to decide it or not? Okay, one technical logical question. Overall, factory bin class object is created or not created? Created, but it won't become Spring Bean. How can you say that, sir? Blind thing, ra. Get object type is a singleton. Static methods are non-static method. Huh? They are static methods or non-static method? Non-static. They are called means definitely they are called on object. That means someone is creating object. Common sense, right? Okay, one more common sense I will tell. IOC container create configuration class object automatically. Yes? What is the proof, sir? Array, that is the proof. Why? Because are you feeling at the rate bin methods are executing? Come on. Automatically called by IOC container. They are static methods or non-static methods? They are called means definitely they are what? Object is created for configuration class or not there? Some common sense sometimes matters a lot, right? What's the guarantee configuration class object is created? I have already shown when I print the default bean ID, class name of configuration class is coming, having default bean ID, right? Yes or no? Na? Next, similarly, this get object type non-static method, but they are called, definitely they are called, definitely they are what? Called, guys. Without calling, that resultant object won't come. Definitely they are called means object is created for factory bean or not there. Super, guys. Okay, listen. Object created, but if that object won't become spring bean, on that object get object is called, that object get object returns something, that something object becomes bean spring bean having bean id given for factory bean. It takes the bean id given for factory bean, but it will make what? Resultant object as spring bean. It will make what? Resultant object as spring bean. Are you getting my point there or not? It definitely makes resultant object as what? Spring bean. Convinced, my dear? Super. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Close all editors. Close all editors. That's good, guys. com.nt.sbean. This is what? Com dot. Here I will take separate package called factory bean. Here is my class. Here is my class, guys. Tell me, what is the class, my dear? Engine factory? It's a factory giving engine objects now, boss. Engine factory bean. Oh, package name you are. No, actually I can create class and package at the same time. Let me show that at least today. Class, here package name, com.nt.factory. There package created, here class create. What is there? Engine factory. What's the interface I should implement, guys? Factory bean. But you have to mention type there, na? What is there? ING. Because what dependent I want written, that is ING type, na, boss. Okay. So minimum methods to implement are 2. Because they are abstract method, they must and should implement, guys. Control plus shift plus O. I'm making them as what? Component. At the rate component. E factory or in ENGG factory. ENGG factory. Okay, I just give only ENGG because anyhow I'm not injecting factory object. I'm going to inject resultant object only, right? Yeah, if it is a spring bean, definitely I can inject what? Value collected from property file or not. Sir, you are not configuring property file. That's the beauty of application.properties. We don't configure. We don't configure. Right. Private, tell me, guys, string here. Private string here. Where is this? Engine ID. At the rate value, dollar floor bracket opening and closing. Dollar floor bracket opening and closing. What is there, guys? engg.id. Okay. engg.id. I think spell mistake. Array, why are you carrying previous project name here? Can't I take key with engg.id? Fine, because I have not still kept that property in this project, Babu. It is still empty. Anything I can give, right? Don't be in the psychological feeling of that project only you should use here. I can give any key, na? That's a user-defined key, my dear. Dependent bean ID. Okay, as you demanded, engine.id. Okay, I'm taking what? P engine. I'm simply taking what, guys? P engine. Are you getting my point? Okay, now let me be very clear. This is not compulsory bean ID, guys. Some words, it is not bean ID, dependent bean word, because that is only condition value, Babu. This is just condition value. Are you getting my point there? Because based on petrol engine object, diesel, this is nowhere related to bean ID, boss. Why? Because I am going to create object for these engines manually, boss. So that's why I'm removing these classes as spring beans at all. When they are not spring beans, why should I worry about their bean IDs? When they are not spring bean, why should I really worry about their bean IDs, right? Okay, that's good, great, fantastic. Why are you removing them bean ID? I'm going to create object in factory bean manually, boss. I'm going to create them what? I'm going to create their objects manually, boss. Here, everyone convinced or not, guys? Convinced or not, guys? Super, that's good, great. Engine factory dot Java. What dot Java? Engine. This is application dot properties, guys. This is what? Engine dot ID petrol. Engine factory. What is there? Engine factory. Application dot properties. That's good. Go to first factory bean, guys. Yeah. Okay, fine. First of all, here I have to write the switch case kind of thing. What is the syntax of switch, guys? Switch engine dot ID. Engine dot ID. What is there? Case. Case petrol. What is there? Engine dot ID. Case petrol. Return new. Return new. Return new. Tell me. Petrol engine off. Case. Diesel. Return new. What is there? Diesel engine off. Next. Case. What is that? Huh? Electrica. Okay. You sounded some different, right? Okay. Return. New. What is there? Electric engine. Okay. Then what is there, guys? Default. Yeah. See, guys, if no engine is given, you can make a petrol engine, diesel engine. That also fine. That also fine, guys. Okay. Otherwise, you can throw exception. That's up to you. What you want to do is your choice. No engine chosen, you want to work with one of the existing engine, or you want to throw exception. So let me choose what, guys? Case default. What is default only, na? FAULT. Yeah. Throw new. Where is this? Illegal argument exception. What is that, guys? Illegal argument exception. What is there, guys? Invalid ID. What ID, guys? Simply, literally, what ID? Invalid. Okay, then. But the problem is they are returning. Okay, in worst case also returning. Is there any need of taking separate return statement, guys? Already they are returning in all permutation and combination or not? When given, not given, everything is done. So now I have to decide type of this one. I have to decide the type of this one or not there. Tell me, whatever they are returning one of the dependent. All dependents are having common super type. What is that? I engine. I engine are not there. So I can mention they are returning I engine type things are not there. Okay, guys. I engine dot class. iEngine dot class. Fine. Okay, whatever resultant object that is returned, are you looking to see as a singleton or prototype? Singleton. So for that one, by default, singleton true only. That method is implemented returning true only. But if you want to have a double confirmation, is singleton is another method that he has to implement. Here is what? Return true. Actually, if you don't give also default value is true only. That's why this method is given as default method. Value default value true. Save this one, save. That's great. Okay, this is my electric engine. This is my diesel engine. This is my I engine. This is my petrol engine. This is my vehicle.java. Comfortable or not there? Comfortable or not there? This is my application.properties, guys. Petrol, diesel, electric. These are the three words I used. Okay, now come to vehicle class, guys. Earlier, I just decided with the qualifier, but now no problem. Okay. We have a factory bin of what type? iEngine type. It is returning one of the three dependent objects. Okay. Happily it will inject or not. If I give wrong bin ID to what? Wrong bin ID or wrong word to inject to factory bin, I will get the exception. Once exception comes, everything will be ruled out or not. Everything will be ruled out automatically or not. Okay, now factory bin is the solution or not there? Sir, it is sounding good here, no XML. Why are you not entertaining it? I am not entertaining it because factory bin is implementing Spring specific interface. Tomorrow, if I move this code toward outside of the Spring, do you think factory bin concept will be there? Because how to implement factory bin interface, right? That, do you think in other framework factory bin interface will be there to implement? So that's why it is very much specific to Spring Boot only. Na? It may not be working in what? Outside the Spring. It is making our code little invasive or not there. That's why it is also ruled out. What is best, sir? Profiles. Did we discuss, sir? Not yet. Did we discuss, sir? Not yet. We are going to discuss in future. Super. Yeah, I think this Saturday you have exam to write. At what time? 2 o'clock, huh? Actually, 4 o'clock. Right. Fine. So they asked me to give syllabus for exam. I have given entire core module as the syllabus. Got it? I have given entire core module as the syllabus and prepare to write exam on entire core module on this. I don't know what all this. Okay. For whatever it is. Whoever having exam for them, this is the topic. Right click. Tell me right. Java application. See guys, right now petrol engine has come now, my dear. Super. Let's go to application.property. Here I am going to give what? Diesel. Right click, run as Java application. Yes, it is working with the diesel or not there. What's the guarantee factory class object is created or not? 1 minute. What's the guarantee factory class object is created or not? Actually, I need not to prove separately, boss. But since you asked me, I am proving it. Okay. Since a discussion has come, I am proving it. I am keeping one SOP by taking zero param constructor. Systrace. Yeah. Here is my what? Zero param constructor. What constructor, guys? Zero param constructor. Right click, guys, run as Java application. Here we are getting output over there or not there. Happily we are getting output here or not there. Say something, my dear. I hope you got it. Super. Okay, that's good. Great. Run as Java application. Super. Okay. So this is about solving the ambiguity problem with loose coupling by taking the support of factory bin. By simply literally taking the support of what? Factory bin. Comfortable or not there? Super, guys. Yeah, this is second application with loose coupling, guys. Okay, using which technique? Working with what is there? Alias tag plus what is there? What file? Properties file plus alias tag plus properties file plus what is there, guys? XML file plus what is there? Qualifier. Qualifier annotation or not? I think factory bin solution is given or not given. Yes, using property XML and profiles is the best solution. Okay, here same code is there with what? Factory bin support, my dear. I think this is the place where we are dealing with the factory bin. This is the place where we are dealing with, and more important method is get object method. This is the one which is deciding resultant object. Don't ask me, sir, there switch case is there here, if condition is there, you are cheating us. Namaste. Right? Your choice. You can use switch case or what, if condition. Nice. Get object type. Okay. And is a singleton, guys. Is a singleton. Okay. This is the factory bin story or not there? Okay. In Spring Boot, we can solve ambiguity problem in how many approaches? 3 approaches. Yes. So with this, we have seen few applications of Spring in Spring Boot before taking up one important concept called auto configuration. Today onwards, next 3-4 days, maybe 5 days, purely background preparation, designing, implementation of the mini project. So far, whatever applications you developed, all these are Tumri and small applications. Tumri means what? Time pass application, not a serious application. You won't get such a requirement after joining in the company. All company projects are layered applications. What applications? Our first mini project, we are going to develop it as what? Layered application. Are you ready for mini project? Looks heavy, but looks easy. It's all about how you connected. Whatever concepts we learned so far, maybe you have learned 10, 15 concepts in Spring Boot and Spring Together. In that one, around 10 topics will reflect in this project. So I already said my plan. What is my plan? I'll take example application for each concept. On fine day, I will mix up all concepts together one project so that you will get idea what is concept and how to use that concept at project level. So that you will be ready to clear interviews. Again, you will be ready for what? Surviving in the company. Because all projects in industry are what? Layered application. You can clear interviews of what? Company level, and you can also what? Survive in the company. Super, guys. Okay. Spring Boot layered application development. It is also called as mini project or not there. Super, guys. First of all, you just try to understand the important logics of any project, whether you develop as a layered or non-layered. Already we have some basic knowledge about layered and non-layered. Bachelor room kind of application, non-layered application. Yes. Single room, that is bedroom, kitchen, reading room, playing cricket room, right? Fighting room. Yes or no, na? Chatting room. Everything is there only. It's mixed up or not there. It's mixed up or not there. It's not for one person, it's for multiple people. Things are very clumsy there. Lifestyle is very compromised there. How many days you want that lifestyle? For lifetime? Yes, you don't want that lifetime. Yeah, then become subject expert. Become Java subject expert. There's a chance of coming out of that lifestyle, right? Okay. When it comes to layered application, it's like 4 BHK flat. Everything separated and but at the same time interconnected, right? 4 bedroom, kitchen, hall separately, and all are separately there and at the same time interconnected to hall. So access is there from one room to another room or not there? Okay. In those, whether it is layered application or non-layered application, generally project deals with what? Different kinds of logics. Can we understand what are those logics, guys? Business logic or what? Service logic. Nothing but main logic of the application that deals with calculations, analyzation, sorting, filtering, and etc. Calculations. Number calculation was simple interest calculation, compound interest calculation. You know compound interest? You know na or suna lag raha hai? Yes, okay. And analyzations boss are some decision making kind of thing. Sorting, when data comes you have to sort it. Filtering, I want to filter some data before putting into the presentation. All these logics will be taken care by business logic or not there. Super. Persistence logic, guys. What is persistence logic? The logic that talks to database and manipulates database data is called as what? Persist. Presentation logic. They are nothing but UI logics, boss. User interface logics. What's the use of those logics? Tell me, guys. They capture input, they capture output and displays for end user. From end user, they collect the inputs by giving proper GUI. For end user, they display output by having proper GUI. So they always there presenting data for gathering inputs, for displaying output. They provide user interface either for gathering input or for displaying output. Clear, my dear? The UI logic that takes input from end user and displays what? Formatted results to end user is called as what? Presentation logic or not? Okay, next one. Controller logics, guys. The logics that monitor and controls all the activities are called as what? Control. And when these many people are doing these many things, there should be one supervisor monitoring all these people are not there. For every building of Naresh IT, one supervisor is there. His work is working or is making others to work? His work is making others to work or you want to check whether they are working or not. Supervisor won't work, he makes others to work, right? Supervisor won't work, he makes what? Others to work. That is called controller logics. Because it makes sure that right inputs are gathered from right place. They are gone for right service class, right persistence class, so that they are processed. Results are gathered rightly and given to right UI component for presentation. There should be some person controlling all these activities or not there. If I give best example, chief minister and other ministers are there not to do work. There already IAS, IPS, government employees are there to execute the law policies, right? Making policies and making these government people to work by giving proper guidelines is the responsibility of what, guys? This chief minister, prime minister are not there. So they conduct review meetings, they conduct what? Instructions meeting. They don't get into ground for reality. Okay, they don't do real work, right, my dear? For that one, bureaucrats and government system is established already in India or not there? Okay. If you want to make policies, become politician. If you want to execute policies, become bureaucrats. Bureaucrats means what? IAS, IPS, this kind of group 1, group 2 officers are there, na, those things. Their work is to not to make policies. To make policies, our so-called politicians are there, no doubt. Right. Okay. Now listen. These are the logic boss. Every application is collection of multiple logics. You take a small flipkart.com website, guys. It has got business logic or not there. If that is not there, how it is calculating bill amount after adding items? How it is calculating discount when you apply coupons? Come on. So something is there or not there. Next, persistence logic. When we add items to cart, when we come out and after relogin also it is remembering. That means somewhere it is stored or not there. So persistence logic. Next one. Presentation logic. And if presentation logic is not there, how you are operating website, guys? Without presentation logic only you are operating website, boss. No, you are not operating website. You have presentation logic, that's why you are operating, right? Next word, controller logic. When these many things are doing this thing, internally there should be a mechanism to monitor all these logics or not. And that is nothing but controller. That is nothing but monitoring logics. You take layered or non-layered, not only these logic, other logics may be there, but these are main logic that application deals with are not there. Super, okay. So now let's see, if I develop, having these logic, if I develop one non-layered application, like core Java style, Spring style so far, not future, and servlet style so far, you have not developed layered applications in servlets, right? Okay, if you develop a non-layered application, how does it looks? What happens and how does it looks? That really matters or not, my dear? Limitations of keeping multiple logics in what? Single Java class. I'm talking about problem part here or not there. Clean separation between logics will not be there. So all logics will be mixed up and code looks very clumsy. Code looks because you look at servlet service method, they're only print writer, they're only business logic, they're only pw.println. Pw.println means presentation logic, right? They're only calculation, they're only JDBC code, they're only calculation. We are mixing up everything there or not? So far you have not taken multiple. Everything you are writing service do get do post methods. Say boss, everything you are please writing, you are simply writing in what? Do get do post methods or not? Clean separation between logics will not be there. So all logics are mixed up and code looks very clumsy or not there. Like bachelor room. By the moment you enter into that room, your face will become small. Hey, what is this room, guy? Aisa no na, guys. When I say bachelor room, don't look at these boys only. Nowadays, this generation girls also more danger than that. Yes? You're keeping your rooms neat, huh? Sure, huh? Okay, God knows. Fine. The modification done in one logics affects what? Because when all are mixed up, guys, if I touch presentation logic, it will disturb persistence. If I touch persistence, it will disturb presentation or not. Enhancement and maintenance of the project becomes very complex or not there. What do you mean by enhancement? Adding new features on the top of existing feature. That website is having only credit card, debit card payment. They are asking for UPI payment. That's the enhancement. Come on. Okay, what is about maintenance? Already project is running. Some small bugs are coming. Some payment not reflecting, some payment reflecting. So there are the problems that you have to handle are not there. So that is called maintenance. But when all logics are mixed up, if you touch one logic, other logics are disturbed. So maintenance and enhancement becomes really problematic or not. Parallel development is not possible. So productivity is what? Poor. Agree with me, guys. Productivity is going to be very poor or not there. Doing more work in less time with a good accuracy is called what? Productivity. Is called as what? Productivity. What do you say, guys? It is not industry standard. Do you think it is industry standard, guys? Do you really think it is industry standard, my dear? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity or not there, guys? Super. It is not industry standard, right? Next one. Debugging becomes very complex. All are mixed up now, boss. Getting the flow, understanding flow becomes very complex or not there. Okay, what is the solution? Keeping multiple logics in single Java class, is like staying in what? Bachelor room, single room for multiple activities. Solution. Develop the application as what? Layered application. A layer is a logical or physical partition of a project representing certain category logics. Representing certain category logics. What do you say, guys? Representing certain category logics. Are you comfortable, my dear, or not? Say something, my dear. A layer in application is one or more classes or files collection representing what? Certain category logics. Example, presentation layer, UI logics will be there. Business or service layer, business logic. Persistence layer, database operation, JDBC code kind. Controller layer, monitoring logics will be there. A layer can be a physical or logical partition of project having single class or file or collection of class or file representing some category logics are not there. In layered application, we keep different logics in different layer, but we make them talking with each other or not there. A layer can be a class or file, collection of classes or file representing same category logics are not there. All layers are part of same project, but we keep the classes or files of different layers in different packages or not. Since we pack all these layers code either in what? Single jar file or var file, we can say layered applications are monolith architecture projects by default or not. Okay, guys. Layered applications are like, these are like 4 BHK flat or not. These are like staying in, what is there? 3 BHK or what is there? 4 BHK flat. These are like staying in what? 3 BHK or 4 BHK flat. Convinced, my dear? Come on. Super. Okay, now let's see. What are the layers? A typical standalone layered application. Standalone does not mean no layers. Standalone does not mean single class. Standalone means specific to one computer, will be operated by one user. Does not mean one class. Specific to one computer, operated by one user at a time. That's the meaning of standalone. Standalone also can have multiple classes, right? A typical core Java also will take 2-3 classes or not. A.Java, B.Java, B is subclass of A. 2 files are there or not. One main class we take. So that's why don't think that standalone means single class should be there. Don't be in the cycle skill feeling standalone should not have what? Multiple classes. Standalone can have what? Single class. Standalone can have what? It's purely possible, guys. Come on. It's possible or not possible? Definitely single or multiple things are possible or not. Super, guys. Let's see. Client application contains what? Percentage. Or a regular client where we keep main method, all this stuff. Why, sir? Array, if I want to gather any inputs for the application, I gather in the main method only. After executing everything, output also comes in the main method only, na? As of now in Spring application, wherever you are writing class with main method, using their, right now you are hard coding inputs, boss. Sometimes if you want, you can use scanner class to gather the inputs. Look at internationalization application. Using scanner class where I gathered country code and language code, main method. Once I got the output, beautiful Hindi words or Chinese words, which you read, but I failed to read, right? You read, then why are you saying yes, sir, waste fellows? I trap you like this to check whether you are alert or not. Someday in the flow, I say, are you donkeys? Don't say yes, sir. Fine. Okay. Now listen. So I use the scanner statement, used, already used. Output of the application also displayed in the main class only, na boss. So your client application is having presentation logic. Yes. Can I call it is a UI layer? As of now, it's a UI layer. Right now, it's a CUI UI. CUI UI means character user interface, right? In future, we may use AWT other concept to make it what? GUI. If it is web application, HTML based UI comes into picture, right? Okay, then what is there? Controller class, monitoring logic. From here it gets the inputs, sends to write service class. From service gets the output, sends to write client application. Come on, guys. That's why controller, monitoring logic, control, supervisor, guys. It's like supervisor won't work, make others to work. Like traffic police, his work is not driving the vehicle, controlling the traffic that is there in the junction, right, boss? Okay, service class, business logic. All calculations, analyzation, sorting, filtering, validation. Main heart of the project is there in service class, boss. Next one. Sometimes you have to save inputs. Sometimes you have to save outputs. Sometimes you have to save bits. Sometimes already saved things should be used as inputs. Come on, guys. After using saved things as inputs by collecting from database, whatever result comes, they also should be saved in the output. They also should be saved in database. Yes or no, na boss? They also should be saved in what? Database. What do you say, guys? Client, controller, service, DAO, database software. These are the places where things are taking place or not there. Controller class, service class, DAO class, database software. So DAO means data access object. People calls it as a DAO class. No, don't apply DOW DAO, not your favorite soap DAO, Babu. Or your favorite bird DAO, right? No, industry is like that. In abbreviations, they create pronunciations. There is a tool called, one IDE called WSAD, WebSphere Studio Application Developer. But no one says WSAD. Everyone calls it as WASAD. What is that? Hey, open WASAD. Industry is like that. And there is a file in web services, you will get that file. WSDL, Web Service Description Language. Everyone in the industry calls it a WSDL file. What file? No option at all. So DAO class means DAO. Sir, I don't use, sir. I am very strict speaker. You don't use, fine. But when others are using, you should recognize, na? Hey, open DAO class means you are looking here and there. And you claim a 2 years gap as experience, not recognizing DAO class. I think there is no need of telling you are a fake candidate separately, boss. You should understand what others are speaking or not there. Yes or no, na, boss. So, so that's why observe my terminology is very careful. I use a lot of terminology that carried from industry, which I use really. See, if I want also, I cannot use other terminology. Okay. So, whatever I carry, I'm sharing with you people. DAO class. Data access object. Why it is named like that, sir? Listen. Database softwares are called data storage technologies. If they feel that is a technology, database as technology, data storage. The technology using which we connect to database and access the data, manipulate the data are called data access technologies. What technologies, guys? The class in which we write the logics by using data access technologies definitely should call with some related name, na? And that name is DAO class, data access object class, DAO class. Data storage technologies, database software. JDBC, Hibernate, all these are what? Data access technologies. Nice, boss. Lastly, what is there was? What is lastly? I want reply made. Okay, the class which contain persistence logic, which really contain persistence logic, are called as what? DAO class, data access class. What class, guys? Okay, now see this. Client application can be taken as many. You want to gather more inputs, more client application. Controller. Array, if one project, one controller is good. In one junction, one traffic police is good, or multiple policies are good. One junction, when it is controlling traffic with hand signals. Nowadays, signals have come, automated signals have come, right? But suppose he's controlling traffic with the hand signals. Nowadays, no one is doing it. They are busy collecting fines. That's a different story. Traffic controllers are becoming fine collectors, right? Especially month end time, boss. Month end time. They will be there in unexpected place because government is giving targets to them. This month you should submit this much amount through fine collection. Month end time they will check all the vehicles and they will go for it or not there. Okay. Yeah. What is there, guys? Controller. Controller is one per project. Array, in traffic signal area, manual signal control, manuals control. One traffic police is good, or multiple police are good. One person is good. If two, three people are there, if there is no synchronization between them, one person says go, one person says come. Instead of clearing traffic, they will create a traffic hurdles are not there. That's why one person is good or not. Okay, if in a team also, one manager, one leader, good. Or manager can be on multiple projects, forget about it. Project leader, scrum master, only one scrum master for one project will be there. A new terminologies are according to Agile, project leader, project manager, those terminologies gone ra babu. According to Agile, only one terminology is there. Scrum master representing project leader, remaining all are scrum members. And the person who gathers the requirement from client organization is called, a business analyst is also non-terminology, right? It's product owner. What is there? Product owner. Only these four people, sorry, these three people will be there. Fine. So for one project leader is good, or multiple project leaders. If two, three leaders are there for one project, one person's, tell me, one person, are you getting my point there? One person says come, one person says go. How does it will work out now, my dear? Servlet does not have main class. Spring Boot, we have main class. Can you please send some differences? Array, Servlet is for web applications. Spring Boot, right now we are developing what? The day you develop standalone application, main will be there. In Spring Boot is not for web applications, right? Using Spring Boot, I can develop web application, standalone, distributed. The day I use Spring Boot for web application, there also main class becomes optional. Yes or no, na guys? Kiran Mallapalli, I think your basics are so low, so poor. I think you are saying from US MS student. Kiran, US MS students, fine. Okay, that's good, but you have to improve your fundamentals. Servlet JSPs are there only for web application development. That's why no main method is required. But using Spring Boot, I can develop standalone web application, distributed enterprise. The day I start using Spring Boot for web application, distributed microservice, main will not be there. Right now I'm teaching Spring and Spring Boot for developing what application? Standalone application. That's why. But why we cannot use the main method in Servlet? And Servlet JSP dedicatedly given only for web application. Using them, can we develop standalone application? No, that's why not possible. But Core Java is there to develop standalone. That's why in all Core Java application, main is there or not there. Throughout Spring, some application main, some application non-main. Why? Because when I use Spring for standalone, main will be there. When I use Spring for what? Web application, keeping main is optional. There is a possibility of keeping main, but their keeping main is what? Option. Bulb Glona, guys. Kurru Anil. Kurru Anil. May I know admin name to contact? Anil, after how many days you are attending class, Ra? In the middle, so much discussion happened on admin and new admin. Details are shared. Rajeshwari madam details also shared or not there? Okay, anyone is having Rajeshwari madam details, please share with others. Keep in the public chat. Sir, screen is not visible, only video. Okay. Netu Sahalani. Okay. Salini. Okay. Neetu Salini. Salini madam, I think you are having some issue. No such problem officially. No such problem officially. For IOC creation, we need to write it mean only na, sir. Do they question? Did you understand your question? Hussein Bhai, did you understand your question? Okay. Hussein Bhai, Hindi में बोलिए अगर हिंदी से तकलीफ. If you are having problem with English, please write in Hindi. Okay. Yes. Listen. We can develop web application in Spring Boot with main method, without main. You can choose the option of without main method. But standalone main is compulsory. Because in standalone, JVM only should begin the execution. And it begins the execution by loading class by calling main method. Web application, different story. Their server is there for execution. Server does not expect main method. It expects something else. Are you getting my point there? Yeah. So I was explaining why there is only one controller. This is our discussion now, guys. Because one controller is good because everything is controlled by one thing. In team 2-3 project leaders are there. Groupism starts are not there. Hey, you are my person, you are my person. Why are you listening to that? Instead of progressing project, we all go for what? Deprogress the project. It's bad na, boss? Okay. Service class, one per module. DAO class, generally one per table. The table related all persistence operation we write in one DAO class. 10 tables, 10 DAOs. 20 tables, 20 DAOs. So I don't take classes just like that. There is a parameters to follow. Client as required. Controller only one. Service one per module. What do you mean by module, sir? Bank project. Controller is one number. Client application any number. If at all I develop as a standalone application. Service classes. Suppose in my bank project, 4 modules are there. Daily transaction, one module. Loans, one module. Mutual funds, one module. Admin module to overall control the project. Total how many modules? 4. Okay, 4 module means how many service classes? 4 service classes. One per module. So each module 10 table. Total how many tables? How many DAO classes? Huh? 4. One per table. DAO class is one per. Total how many tables are there? 45. 40. So 40 tables means 40 DAO class I have to take or not there? Say something, my dear. Yeah. Database. Generally, one project deals with one database. If necessary, it can take more than one database also. Generally, one project, one database. Check it out, guys. Software project is collection of modules. Module is collection of applications. Application is collection of programs. Program is collection of instructions. Okay, since the discussion has come on module, that's why I discussed it, guys. We can develop layered application as monolith application or microservice architecture application or not there. Monolith means what? All layers of all modules will be packed and released as a single var or jar file. Microservice architecture means what, guys? Every module is separate project having layers where each project will be packed into jar or var file. Later, all these projects will be integrated using third-party tools or not there. All DAO class of project together called what? Persistence layer. All service classes of project together called what? Controller class of project represent controller layer. See, all I did not use. Why all I did not use? Because one per project, na, that's why. Yes, na, boss? Okay, that's good. Across the multiple projects, okay, we'll come to this point. That's a different story, guys. Right. Have a look at this. This is a bank project, guys. How many modules are there? 4. 6 modules are there, right? So 6 service classes. Yeah, suppose each module 5-6 tables. So 30-35 tables are required now, boss. One controller class, client applications as needed, guys. Okay, now listen. What's the advantage of developing this project in Spring and non-Spring? Let's see problem with non-Spring, guys. Loading all these classes should be done by programmer. Creating objects for all these classes should be done by programmer. Managing all those objects should be done by programmer. Assigning DAO class object to service class object to controller, and getting controller class object in client application should be done by programmer manually, which is very complex or not? Okay, next one. Destroying objects not there in our control. At least keeping those objects ready for garbage collection should be done by programmer manually, boss. Must be taken care by programmer manually or not there. That's a definitely big work of the programmer or not there. You will be overburdened or not there. Let us assume same classes I developed as what? Spring Beans. DAO Spring Bean, service Spring Bean. Come on. Controller Spring Bean. Client application not a Spring Bean because there only I create IOC container. Okay, now what I do? I can inject DAO to service using @auto-void. Service to controller using @auto-void. When I call ctx.getBean having controller class bean ID, I will get controller class object, having service object, service having DAO object. Interesting or not? Service having DAO object or not there? Very, very, very interesting aspect here or not there. So let's have a look on this, guys. DAO class object to service object, service class object to controller. Client application uses ctx.getBean method to get controller class object internally having service and DAO objects or not. That means tell me if I give these classes to Spring container, who loads all these classes? Who create object for all these classes? Who assigns one object with another object? Who destroys these objects? If any lifecycle methods are configured, who calls those lifecycle method? Everything is taken care by IOC container or not? Super. Okay, let's have a look. This is DAO injected in service, injected to controller. Say something, my dear. This is DAO injected with service, injected with controller. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Convinced with me, my dear, or not? Super. Loans, payroll, all this, I think. I think you understood first advantage of taking class as Spring Bean or not there. Whatever regular operation of loading classes, creating object, assigning one object, another object, that we don't worry. IOC container is there taking care of that part or not there. Okay, now I am asking one question, guys. This is DAO having persistence logic. Exceptions may come. Internally, JDBC exception. They need to be translated into Spring exception. Better to configure that as Spring Bean using component or using repository. Understood? You got the idea where to use stereotype annotation? Someone asked me, what's your problem if I configure using component? I can configure, but exception translation should be done by you manually or not? Okay. To configure service class as Spring Bean class and service class, what is the annotation? Component good or service good? So automatically you will get transaction management support or not? Super. To configure Java class as controller, come Spring Bean class. What is good? @controller. Are you getting my point there? Super. Lastly, what is there? Client. We don't configure as a Spring Bean because they're only main method, they're only container. We call ctx.getBean having controller class bean ID. You get controller class object having service object inside that DAO object. Interesting, boss. Convinced or not, my dear? Super. This is the whole process that we have to worry about now, my dear. That's great. And I think yesterday I have given Java Bean videos or long back. I hope you watched it. Watched it, huh? Raise your hand. Those who have watched. What about others? What about others? Forgot, huh? Tomorrow I am going to use Java Bean discussion in the mini project. If you watch, you will enjoy tomorrow topic. If you don't watch, Greek, Latin will appear in Java learning. I think only gang leaders are doing hard work. Gang members are not doing hard work, it seems. I am seeing gang leaders have raised hand and gang members are what? Acting as if I don't know what is the topic name. Not going to work out, guys. You may be gang here, but there's no guarantee all people will get job in same company and same project and same team. Same company also, same project not guaranteed. Same project also, same team not guaranteed. So that's why don't ever think that a one person study, remaining people are study. No. Everyone should study, guys. Gang leaders, motivate your gang members also. Don't all grow alone. Take other people with you. Don't be selfish. Try to be selfless. Try to be factory beans, my dear waste fellows. You know what is factory bean? Selfless person, right? Oh, okay. Fine. I don't know what you do. Now everyone keep alarms. Everyone keep alarms to watch Java Bean videos tonight. Everyone keep alarms. Right? Alarm for Java Bean. If not watched, I am a donkey. Right? Like. Alarm title should be like this. What is that? Java bin alarm. If not watched, I am a donkey. Right? Everyone write it. Show me yellow shade. What you have written? Network nahi hai. Are for alarm also network required. Who is that Mahar Purush? Ah? Who is that gentleman? Intellectual. You should be in the team of Rahul Gandhi then. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday link I will share tomorrow. Tomorrow by 10 o'clock I will get it. See, boss, any link, any information which I shared, if you are not there in the class, I will create one folder. Common topics folder is there, na? Common videos, whatever it is, right? There I will paste everything. That's a protocol that you remember, okay? And listen, sometimes Sunday I'll call for online class. Some technical issue, our Sunday, our team will not respond properly, right? Okay. That time also, what to be done further? You should wait, or I will come on, not. Everything will be communicated in that Google Drive. Common topics video. So before taking any final decision on class, please watch that common topics folder once. Right? See, offline class, no problem. But Sundays, things are not there in control. Because 1-2 people will be there. If they get up, class will happen. If they don't get up, class will not happen. I think now that problem will be solved. Let's see what we can do there. Okay, let's see, guys. Where is that story? Google Drive. I hope you started enjoying classes. Spring is good, Spring Boot is good. Spring Boot good. That's why they designed after Spring. This is your batch code, Spring Boot core. Session, how much? 6. Class content, Spring here. Where is that? 718. Spring Boot core, guys. Where is that? Session 6. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. Kalpataru Panda. Solid principles you will learn as part of microservices. Please. We are learning from 0%. Now don't excite.